Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna. I'm a little bit spooky today. We're doing a graphic kind of cut crease liner situation. Just having some fun doing a makeup playtime session where we just sit down and create a cool look. And yeah, that's all we do. It's just sitting here being very meticulous over lines and intricate. And having a good time and enjoying ourselves. So that's what we're doing today. If that interests you, go ahead and keep on watching. Before you do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know down below some more types of videos you want to see. Do you want to see more of these makeup playtimes where I just sit down and really get a little more experimental with things, a little outside my normal box, and do something a little bit more out there? Let me know down below, or any other suggestions that you have. Drop them in the comment box. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this makeup look using Danessa Myricks groundwork and Danessa Myricks on the cheeks. All right, on to the video. Okay, hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing something dramatic, grungy, graphic with groundwork. I did the cyberpunk look a little while back, and I used this as kind of the base to build the look on, the groundwork of the look. And I thought, how cool would it be to do a look similar, just something with just the neutrals in the palette and kind of have that graphic look going. And I think I might not connect everything and just, I'm going to experiment. We're going to play. We're having makeup playtime again. So yeah, let's get that started. I have primed my eyes already and put some brows on and skincare. And we're gonna just dive on in. I'm gonna start out with the shade Sandstone. I'm gonna kind of put that on the lid, and we're gonna use the cream first and then go on with the powder. I'm gonna use this to kind of blank out the lid itself in just a light little application. That's a nice little kind of base to start. Right, I'm going to make sure it's smooth. There's no creasing. And we're going to take the powder version of Sandstone over top. To set. I think I'm going to dive straight into the shade Bark and start to build up the socket line. And we're going to keep it very defined and precise blending. So I'm initially going to map it out with a flat brush. This is a Morphe M124. I'm going to take the cream version of Bark, and I'm going to start right here, right where my brow bone is starting to curve in, top of the socket and above the crease itself. And I'm just going to create a little swoop right there. I'm going to pull it out on the outer corner. We're going to start there, and then I'm going to take a Sigma Detail Diffuse crease and soften that. The trick is matching the placement on the other side. It's always a little bit of a tricky part. I'm going to further deepen that up a little bit. And continue to kind of blend and soften it. So I want it crisp on the lower part, the under part of the line, but I'm going to have it kind of taper and blend at the top, the upper part of the line. You'll see what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of the powder version of Bark on the Detail Diffuse crease and soften that up and blend it a little more and lock it in. And if we need to, we can take some more of Sandstone and like clean up the lid. Or you could use a concealer, whatever. Blend that. I am going to take a little bit of Harvest of the powder version. And just run a little bit of that along there. And we'll blend it out with Core, just for a nice little bit of a gradient. I'm taking it very softly. All right, I'm gonna clean that brush off and grab a little bit more of the powder of sandstone. Come right up here, and this is gonna really soften everything up. Make sure we're looking nice and blended. And I'm gonna take a little tiny liner brush. This is a Morphe M50-0. I'm really gonna define this line and have my deepest point. And we're gonna go with black over this. I'm just kind of building up to it. All right, now I take the black eyeshadow, tourmaline. I'm just going with the powder and I'm gonna trace the bottom part of that line. This little brush. I come all the way in right here. I'm just really like sketching that on and just like very softly kind of diffusing the edge with this baby brush. Go back to the little flat brush. We'll soften a little bit out. Let that have a nice blend. And we'll go back to bark. And we're gonna soften that upper part of the line up even further and blend it. So we have a nice gradient coming from that. Back in with a little bit of core. Further diffuse. And don't worry if things are looking a little messy around the edges. We're gonna fix all that momentarily. This is not a quick look. Now I'm going to grab a flat, really flat like concealer brush, and we're going to carve and clean up the lines. And we grab a little bit of sandstone on this. I'm going to sharpen up things. Getting there. Before I go into the cream of sandstone, I always wipe my brush off because I don't want to get darker shadows in that shade. Because it will be messy looking. This looks very bird-like. Cool. This looks cool though. It's pretty. E25. And we're going to soften right up here. A little bit powder version of sandstone just to smooth out. And I'm going to take some of the sandstone and just kind of set the lid in the powder. Sit over that one more time. So I want the lid to be bright. Alright, we got a reinforcing thing. Now is the time. The little liner brush. Do a little detail work. And just using this opportunity to do a little perfecting. And now I'm going to do a little bit of liner across the upper lash line with the cream version of tourmaline. Then we'll set it with the powder. And I'm not connecting it to the upper part. I'm keeping it pretty small and just right into the lashes, mostly. It's very thin. I'm going to come towards the inner part here. And this is going to transfer, and that's okay, onto the lower lash line. Alright, now I'm going to clean up like right in between here with a little bit of the powder version of sandstone. Just taking it right there in between. So there's a distinct separation. Down with a little bit of powder. And I'm going to come right at the edge and sharpen. The Q-tip, I'm just going to go like this. And everything will be going in kind of the same direction. Okay. We're at this point, I'm going to leave the eyes alone. I'm going to go ahead and do my complexion, and then we'll come back for lower lash line and some finishing touches. I'm not going to include foundation in the whole face in this one because I feel this one might be a little bit long because I've been sitting there going through all this. And I've shown like my complexion routine quite a lot recently, so I'll be right back. Alright, complexion is done. All that will be listed and linked down below. And I tried to tidy up just a little bit around the edges and stuff. So let's move on to this lower lash line. I'm getting a little bit of transfer down there already, which is fine because we're just going to make that smudgy and blend it in. So it's working to our benefit. So yeah, let's hop back into the palette here. I'm going to take my little liner brush and I'm going to go into tourmaline into the cream. I'm going to connect this line here with the lower lash line. Just a little bit right out there. And put a little bit on this inner corner as well. Let that taper in just a little. Alright, I'm going to blend that softly with my little flat brush. Alright, and then I'm going to take some bark powder and lay some of that in there. Blend it across. I'll let the lower lash line be nice and smoky. A little bit of the matte black powder, or the black powder shade. Work a little bit of that right out here. On the little flat brush, I'm going to take some Core and run that just below and blend everything out so it's nice and has a smoky, diffused feel to it. Alright, and let's see. A little bit of Core on the diffused crease. And then I'm going to take some sandstone, just right underneath, pretty low, just serving as a smooth gradient. And everything looks blended and precisely placed. And that is the eyeshadow complete. Now I'm going to curl my lashes. We'll throw on some mascara. I'm going to use the Telescopic Lift from L'Oreal. Whoops, I touched my cheek. Why is it so clumpy? What's going on here? Why does that get so clumpy? It doesn't normally happen. We can fix that. My goodness. In Clump City over here. Try to fix it with a clean spoolie. I don't know why that got so clumpy. Oh well. I wanted some bold lashes today. I got them. I mean, I do feel like you need some kind of big lashes for a look like this, and I don't want to do falsies. Alright, let's put some blush on. I pulled out the Danessa Myricks blush in Golden Hour, which looks like this. I'm going to pop a little bit of this onto the cheeks. Now I have two options for lips. We could do Rum and Berry from Revlon, but I feel like this might just be a little bit overkill if we did this on top of everything else. Like, maybe don't. Let's do like a stain type of situation with this one from Revlon. This is called Wild Saffron. Maybe this isn't the look for that one either. I think maybe just a nude lip is the way to go for today. Let's see. We'll do e.l.f. O-Face and No Doubt with a bit of Cork from MAC. Yeah. Here we go. And I'm going to put a little bit of the Milani Fruit Fetish and Cocoa Cacao. Now the mascara is dried, so I'm going to try to maybe brush out a little bit more. Sometimes that helps. Okay, and here's our look all done with the hair finished and the jewelry on. Everything come together. I love it. I absolutely love it. I had so much fun sitting here just being meticulous and getting in there, perfecting everything. I enjoy doing that sometimes, and I just like having a good makeup playtime. I think I will kind of want to keep that vibe going on the channel where we just sit down and do something kind of creative, a little bit outside the box and just have fun and paint because it feels good to do. Balance out the more approachable, wearable looks that I've been doing a little more recently. And of course, splitting the difference with the soft gothic glam that I like to do. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Do you want to see more looks like this or a little bit more experimental and fun in how I create them? And yeah, I think that is all for today. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now.